Queen visited Houston once back in 1991 as part of a Texas tour that included the Johnson Space Center. Now, here she is back then inside Mission Control. Also during that trip, she visited the first black church in Houston, Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. Our Grace White joins us from downtown with more on Her Majesty's visit. Grace?
There are still members here that remember the day the Queen came to church, and the pictures still hang on the walls. The headline from the visit: the Queen tapping her toes to gospel music.
She would have walked up these stairs and entered.
At Antioch Missionary Baptist Church,
everybody standing upon her entrance and being escorted into this sanctuary.
They have fond memories of Her Majesty.
They remember just her countenance. Very proud woman, a very strong woman.
Pastor Lou McElroy wasn't here at the time, but says his members tell him the Queen left an impression.
She was able to go on a tour of our historic church. She heard stories from our members of the first era of our former enslaved ancestors who built this church.
And during the service, it was the Queen's reaction to the gospel music that stole the headline.
That toe went to tapping and the celebrating happened, and she had a grand time.
During the same trip, the Queen also visited Johnson Space Center and met former Texas Governor Ann Richards in Austin.
I am delighted to present Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
But it's the time she spent with the people, sitting in a church pew, just like they do every Sunday, that made the crown human.
Though the Secret Service and the security was tight as it was, in the midst of all of that, you know, it was her spirit and her fellowship and her being openness with our church at that time that many remember.
Former Houston Mayor Kathy Whitmire was at church that day here beside the Queen. She remembers her as warm and engaging and says it was a valuable time to showcase our city and its diversity.